What is up, guys? Pie Muffin here, and we are back with another Tales of Crestoria video. This is going to be my last Crestoria video on the beta, because it actually goes away in just a little over, I want to say, it's probably less than 24 hours at this point. What does it say in the notice? Let's check the notice while we talk. But essentially what I want to do with this video is that I want to go over everything I've experienced and kind of talk about what I like, what I didn't like, and what I think about everything overall. So, I think this is maintenance information. Where is... I'm trying to see where the, like, end date for the beta is. Okay, so this is just all beta information. Okay, yeah, this is just for maintenance times. Where is... It should be the bottom one, then? It goes till, unless they decide to extend it because they've done some like maintenance here and there. They did a version update. But according to this, what is, you know what, because I never know these different like EDT, whatever. I'm actually going to look. So it says 4 a.m. So EDT, that's, okay, so that's pretty much my time zone. So that's 4 a.m. today, or tomorrow, essentially. So that means we have roughly 12, 7, 8, 9. So we have roughly 21 hours until this goes away. And obviously nothing's going to carry over, so anything you've done up to this point, if you played, will not carry over to the full version of the game when that comes out here in a few weeks. But yeah, so we have less than a day left for the beta, and I just wanted to kind of give a thoughts video. We'll go through all the different menus I've unlocked. As you can see, I did not unlock Raid, kind of like I said before. I didn't want to keep playing the story because I do plan to do a full playthrough of the story on the channel, you know, as they continue to add chapters and updates and what have you. So I didn't continue the story because I still had to go quite a bit further in order to get to that point, so I didn't even bother with that. But let's just go over everything real quick. So first thing, let's go to guild, which, like I mentioned in previous videos, I will be making a guild myself when the game actually drops. By the way, the game has been having tons of loading and crashing issues. Hopefully this isn't about to crash. Okay, there we go. So I will make a guild. You can have 20 people in your guild. I did mention I will have 2 people. I have 2 friends from, you know, real life that I will be having in the guild, so they have guaranteed spots. But after that, I will just kind of, I'll probably wait the first week, and then I'll probably put out something on Twitter where I'll tell people to show me their accounts, and, you know, I'll see how active people have been, and then I'll decide there when they, who gets to join and stuff. So it looks like there's an aid function. Obviously, like it says here, you have to go to chapter 2 3-5, so I guess you can help people if they're having trouble with a raid. We have the guild point summon here, which I guess I'll show off real quick since I have some points. You essentially can get stuff like this. So you see I got a book and I got some refining stone and a defense stone. You have a chance to get this SSR Spada. It's not a character, it's just the Memoria stone for him, so you can use it as an equip, and the same thing with Carol. So there's that. And then there's some other functions for the guild, like you can donate, you know, stuff like items or gold in order to kind of further help your guild, because there is some stuff you can purchase. This video might be a bit longer just because of all the load times, but let's actually look real quick. So let's go to guild menu. Okay, so we want to go to purchase boost. So essentially what we can do here is once, you know, there's enough guild funds, as you can see right now there's 500,000 guild funds, but we can get stuff. So obviously the text, I do have to mention this because a lot of people have been bringing this up. The text for, this is the beta phase of the text. The text will be like fixed by the main game. So like stuff like this where it has a 0 instead of an I for increase. It's supposed to say 1% increase to character's attack, but it says 1 and then increase to character's attack. That will definitely be fixed. So there's different like upgrades you can do essentially for your guild. So you got this for status, so just like attack buffs for each color, assist, player XP, over limit gauge up, all this kind of stuff. And this applies to, I assume, anything you do in the game, as long as you're in the guild. Whatever kind of mission, I assume that everything except for PvP. I don't think this will apply to PvP because that's kind of an unfair advantage, I guess. But you never know. And then over here you got character XP, Memoria Stone XP. So when you're actually enhancing, that's probably the most important thing, I feel like. I might actually go for that first when I make my guild. But that's pretty much everything with guilds right now. There's not really too much else kind of going on there. But I do think guilds will be an important factor in this game, which I really do like. Asteria has guilds, but I haven't really messed with mine too much because I can't really read anything. But now let's go over to the characters. In case you... Okay, as I was saying, we're going to go over the characters now. There's probably going to be a bunch of cuts in this video because the game is still in beta, but I do want to make this kind of finale video, so don't mind the abrupt cuts. What I was saying is, I don't really mess with Asteria because I can't really read anything. So let's go to characters. I've gotten pretty... I want to say I've gotten unlucky, but, you know, someone will look at my account and say, you have 5 SSRs. How can you say you've gotten unlucky? Well, I've done like 6 multi-summons, and I think like 4 of them didn't actually give me an SSR. So while I have gotten lucky, you know, I chose Saray, I got Vicious from a ticket, I got Kanata from my ticket multi right after my first summon, and then both Cress and Asbel were obtained through multis within that I just got lucky on. And then we've gotten quite a decent amount of characters down here, just overall. But Saray is the only character I've gotten to level 50, but let's kind of talk about everything here. So if you are new, maybe you don't know how everything works here, you didn't see my previous video, so essentially how this works is a base SSR can go to level 50. You can feed in any dupes of the Memoria Stone that you get. By the way, do not feed in the dupe that you get when you pull the character. Don't feed in your one. Some people might be like, oh, I'll just use an SSR as an equip, or I'll use an SR as an equip. Don't do that. It's not worth it. You get much more of a stat boost from having a Memoria Stone of the character at level 50 than feeding it in. By awakening it, you get like 2,000 HP and like 100 attack and defense to each thing. So it's not even worth it because the boost you're going to get from having the equip is going to be much better. So always keep 1 copy of the Memoria Stone equipped to it at all times. But as you can see, feeding in a Memoria Stone gives you a over-limit attack up for your Mystic Art. And then all these other arts down here, you know, Sword Rain Alpha and his Heat Wave, which this isn't the actual name. You know, you can put in all these books that you can obtain completely free to play in order to level that up even more and kind of increase the attack there. Ascending is also something that's completely free to play. It raises the max level of your character. You can increase it all the way up to 100 from what I've seen, so you can increase it 5 times. Like I said, completely free to play. You just have to farm the materials, which I really, really like. And then over at the Awaken tab, that's pretty much all you do on the Awaken tab is select Memoria. Now, here's the thing. If you want, like, let's say you wanted Saray at level 100, you wanted all dupes into his Mystic Art level, and you also wanted his Memoria to have full dupes, you are going to have to pull, like, 11 copies of Saray. You'll get the first copy, which will give you Saray and the Memoria Stone. I haven't pulled dupes yet, so I don't know if you get 2. I doubt it. But after that, you need 5 dupes for Saray himself, and then you need 5 dupes for the Memoria Stone. So you would need 11 you would have to pull him 11 times to completely max him out. But there is a good thing about, well, not really a good thing about this, but there is another way to kind of get around that. And that's what I'm going to show you right here in just a second. But let me just show you the Memoria Stone real quick, kind of how that works. It's kind of the same thing. You know, you click Refine to level it up. Ascend is to limit break it. You just select the Memoria, and then there's something called Adorn. Now, what Adorn does is you basically get these stones, attack, you know, defense, HP, and you can raise the max stats. I don't know how up to what point. I'm sure there's a cap somewhere, but you can increase it. You know, here, see, we just added 200 extra HP to Asbel's Memoria Stone, so that'll help him during battle. Also, another thing I want to say. Do not sell your rares. Even though they're not characters, do not sell them, at least not right away, because the important thing here is when you're making your team, because I've seen a lot of people without any stones on their team. So if you go to your party lineup, over here, these stones on the side, they give your team a boost. Obviously, I don't have any leveled up right now because I'm just lacking materials, plus I'm not trying to super try hard the beta. But these give your team an overall power boost, so it's very important. I've seen people with the substone set just completely empty, and you're just hurting yourself by doing that. So do not, until you actually have like a full team of SRs you can put in your substone, I would not get rid of rares. That's just my opinion. You can do what you want, but having a full set of substones gives your team an overall power. And then, of course, there's the support lineup, which you can set a support for every color, which Raze really needs to add. So the next thing I want to talk about is, oh, by the way, time box. We're going to be all over the place, just whatever I think of. The time box is something that specific time intervals throughout the day you can get specific rewards. The first one's 30 minutes. The second one's an hour. Or wait. No, I think the first one's like 15 minutes, and the second one's half an hour, third one's an hour, and then the final one where you get the 10 gems is 2 hours. So as long as you're playing consistently throughout the day, you'll be able to get that. I want to go to where... It's not going to be in shop. I'm trying to think specifically. You know what? Let's go to Arena. Maybe we'll be able to see it in here. Exchange. Oh, I can actually exchange for one Arena. Well, I want to talk about this anyway. So this is the Arena Medal Exchange. So you'll get these marks from playing the Arena, and you'll be able to exchange them for different things. You know, you've got these enhanced stones for your Memorias. You've got some gels that you can exchange for, and then you've got these arena tickets that you can exchange for. I don't know how many I can exchange for, but it looks like just one. We'll try doing some in there. So these arena tickets, I'm presuming you can just save for as long as you want. Let me actually see, because it says time. Time limit 12:30, 20:37. Yeah, so you can save these arena tickets. So like right now they do have, by the way, this is just the total exchange shop. They have Chronos right now for the arena summon. So if you don't want Chronos, for example, just save those tickets for a character that you do want. Let's go through all these shops here. So first we got Shard Exchange, which this is going to be from like your raids and stuff. So this is really nice, and I'm very happy to see this. So these limited stones and awakened stones, they are free to play. Now, I say free to play, but they are going to be very hard to grind up because the material drops are apparently very low unless you're playing on the highest difficulty. Alright, I'm going to be interrupting myself in my own video real quick to point something out that I am incorrect about. So I'm obviously talking about how you can get these limit break materials for your characters and for your Memoria stones, but I was wrong about something. It's not just, it's not the currency you get from the raid that you exchange for these SSR Memorias or whatever you want to call them. It's still basically the same thing. It's a little roundabout way of doing it. So essentially what you have to do, and I'm using pictures of the game that I took because the beta is no longer live, so I can't actually show you in-game anymore. But essentially, as you can see, the different things that you see, the different currencies are right down here. So the rainbow one is obviously what we need to exchange for. And you basically need to sell / convert SSR. So SSRs would give you the rainbow ones, SRs would give you the gold ones, and rares, these ones will give you the silver ones to exchange in the shop. Now, I'm sure a lot of people will be like, oh, well, that kind of sucks. I don't want to sell any of my SSRs. But here's the thing with that. You don't really have to sell any of the ones you pull, because what you can do here, so as you can see, you need 10 of these rainbow ones, 5 for the SSR ticket, which you can see down here. I'm not sure how much you'll get for each. I wish I had saved my Memorias before the beta ended so I could see how much. Maybe someone in the comments below can let me know if they tried it. And then I'll pin that comment at the top for people who aren't able to see. I don't know how much each one gives you. But these are the gold and silver medals are what you get from the raids, I presume, because that's the only other shop in there. I wasn't able to get to raids myself, so I can't really tell you. But essentially, as you can see, when you go here, there's an actual limit. It shows you how much you can get, 0.1, 0.5, 0.5. Over here, there's no limit. It just tells you get 1 per exchange. So unless this gets like patched later on to where they limit you to how much you can get, you should just be able to exchange infinitely as long as you have the raid points. you know, just, it doesn't matter which one, obviously. You just grab one of these SSRs and you exchange it. Like, let's say, just for the sake of things, you only get, let's say you get 5. I'm being generous in saying 5. It might just be 1, honestly, but I'm hoping it's not just 1, because that'll be really hard to get this stuff, because then essentially you'd have to sell, like, 50 Memorias just to get all 5 of these, but we'll see when the game comes out. So, essentially, you can just grab, you know, 5 of these, like, or no, you grab 10 of these. Let's say you get 5 per. So you grab 10 of these, then you go to your sell page, you sell all of them, you get the rainbow shards, and you come over here and you exchange for the SSR stuff over here, and same thing over here. So actually, you would need 20 if it's 5 each, because you need 10 for each, and then I guess you would need 1 more after that to get the SSR ticket each month. So essentially, you need to sell 11 SSRs a month in order to get all of this. So, I think that this will be a thing that you can do. You can just, you know, if you farm up the points, which will take a lot of work, you just exchange them, and that'll pretty much how it'll be. Okay, time to get back to the rest of the video. So this isn't going to be something where, you know, day 1, you're going to have your 2 or 3 SSRs, you're going to hop into the hardest raid, and think you're going to walk away with enough shards to be able to pick these up. No. Most players, if you're not paid, like if you're not whaling out day 1, it's probably going to be 2 or 3 months before you can pick these up from the shop. Just being honest. You know, maybe you get lucky, maybe you can grab the SSR ticket, which I do love to see a monthly SSR ticket. That's very nice. Oh, wait, actually, there is a time limit on the ticket as well. Oh, it's still 2037, so that doesn't matter. I guess there's no time limit on the stones, even though, either way, this game's not going to be around in 2037. So yeah. So you can get 5 SSR stones monthly, and the limited stones will be to limit break your character, so to get that Mystic Art level up. And the Awakened stones, which you can also get 5 times a month, will be to limit break your Memoria stones. So what you could essentially do is, if there's a character you're specifically waiting on to get an SSR, you know, if you are actually able to collect these 5, you know, of each every month, just start stockpiling them. Maybe you don't want to use them on the units you have. Wait for that character you want. The second you pull 1 copy, you don't have to go for dupes. You have your 5 of each. You can fully limit break it immediately. So that'll be good there. For gold shards, you can exchange for different stuff here. There's some limited stones as well for SRs. There's some SR summon tickets. I don't know what this stuff does. You know, it says Princessia, which is obviously a flower, but... okay, so it can be used for Ascension. So these are just like Ascension materials, okay. So each character will probably have their own stuff, and there's exchange tickets as well. And then silver, there's also regular summon tickets, which it seems like regular summon tickets will be good for when the pool gets bigger and bigger. You know, you could just keep stockpiling these summon tickets, which I love to see summon tickets in a gacha, because someone could literally just wait, you know, until the pool gets big enough with characters they want, and then just spend like hundreds and hundreds of tickets. So that'll be kind of cool there. So that's going to be good for the exchange shop right there, just to see everything that's there. I believe we already looked at metal exchange. Let me just open it just to be sure. Oh, these are specific, what are these medals for? Because I don't have any of these. I think this is, these are for raids, I think. So you can exchange for, by the way, these Memorias are not characters. They are just the stones. They will have characters for these eventually, but for right now, you could just, like, grab them and hold on to them. It looks like there's only one. Well, it doesn't say how many you can get, so I assume you can just get all 5 copies if you farm enough points. And then for silver medals, I assume it'll be, yup, SRs. You get these limited SRs that you can't actually summon for right now. So that's that there. Gleamstone Exchange, let's take a look at that. Okay, so you can get a quest support pack, which gives you some gels and stuff like that. Attachment Exchange is pretty self-explanatory. It's just the different costumes and stuff like that. So that's cool there. So there's a lot of free-to-play friendly stuff kind of going on here, which I really, really do like. I had this question asked to me whether there will be banners that will be paid only. I really can't say. When it comes to Tales games, you know, Asteria always has the option. You can spend like $30 on the banner in that moment. You can't like spend like, you know, 5 and eventually get enough currency. You can spend like $30 at that moment to do a multi there. And then for Rays, you know, very infrequently, you know, maybe 2 or 3 times a year, they'll have those Mirror Gem summons you can do. But this game only has 1 currency, so I don't think we're gonna get banners that are like, you know, oh, you can only do this paid. You know, I've seen some stuff going around where people are like, what if there's like SSR guaranteed summons? And it's like, yeah, that could be the case, but I played plenty of gachas that still are like, they're limited time, like you can only summon on it like 1, 2, or 3 times. But still use the free-to-play currency. So I think what they're going for here, especially with how free-to-play everything's looking, all the SSR tickets you're going to be able to get, all the free SSRs, I do think that this game is going to be more free-to-play than the other 2 gachas. So I don't expect to see any kind of paid-only banners. So we've already, you know, this is obviously going to be the release banner, most likely for Crestoria when it comes out, so you can have an idea if you want to summon on this or not. I've pretty much come to the conclusion of what I'm going to do. I'm going to choose Saray as my starter SSR, assuming the pool doesn't change. You know, because you get your free SSR when you first make your account. Second, I'm going to farm up the... well, I'm going to do my ticket multi. You know, the free tickets they give us. I'm going to re-roll that multi until I get an SSR from that. So there'll be 2 SSRs there, and then I'll do the beginner missions to get my 3rd SSR ticket. And hopefully none of those 3 will be dupes. You know, you know, 3 out of 14 chance, so we'll see. So that's my game plan there, and then I'm not going to summon on this banner at all, because this is just going to be the general banner. See, it says no time limit, which obviously is for the beta, but I think this will be, like, the first general banner. I'm sure they'll have, like, a general banner at some point, maybe. But as of right now, I don't really need a ton of units from this specific banner. I'd like to summon on banners where I have more of a concentrated rate for characters. So as I was saying before, this arena summon, the arena tickets will probably change monthly. I assume, well, not the tickets, but the character on the banner. Like right here, we have Kronos. So maybe after like a month, we'll see a new character after Kronos. I think Kronos will still be the first character when the game launches, which I don't need Kronos, so I'll probably just stockpile my tickets at first. But let's go ahead, since this is the beta, I'm not going to keep it. Let's go ahead. I've actually seen a few people in the arena with Kronos. So some people did get lucky. But something I do want to mention is this the arena banner has lower rate. Hello, Alvin. The arena banner has 3% SSR rates, and the reason for that, because, you know, normal rates are 5% up here on the banner, is because he is the only SSR on the banner. If you get an SSR, you're getting Kronos. And it looks like you probably can't do multis for this. It looks like the tickets you'll actually just have to do 1 by 1 and hope you get lucky. Like, let me just show it real quick. 3% SSR rate, and Kronos is the only SSR. Everything else is either SR or rare. So if you're summoning on this, that's who you're going for. You obviously, well, it's tickets anyway, so it's not like you can really summon for anything else. Or you would be. So there's that. Let's go over the arena. Well, the arena's pretty self-explanatory. I already made a video on it, you know. For the most part, I've just been kind of auto-battling it right now because I don't really care too much. And if you're not someone who likes PvP in any sort of form, I would still do this because it's going to be weekly PvP seasons. And like I mentioned in my PvP video, you know, you look at the reward list. Even if you can only... By the way, I have had it confirmed that it goes past 800, so you need to at least get in the top 800. But honestly, I'm D rank. I've barely done this. I'm in place 78, so I feel like it really shouldn't be that hard for most players who have an average team to get in the top 800. But, you know, it's all up to you if you want to have extra currency or not. So right now, what does it say, like 78? So where it ends, I'd still be getting like 1,500 gems every week if I can get to this place before. But I'd like to be, you know, like these people up here who are like S and A rank. But I don't know how this is going to work. I don't know if every PvP season everyone goes back to being like E or F rank. I forget what the lowest one was. But I'll be interested to see either way. But free currency every week for barely doing anything sounds pretty nice to me. The experience quests and gold quests are pretty self-explanatory. The story has been great from what I played up to. I'm not going to open the story here because I don't want to spoil anything, but I am basically main story. I'm in Chapter 2, and I'm at 2-3. So the story has gotten pretty interesting, but like I said, I will be doing a full playthrough of the story. Now, it may be in... Well, first of all, let me say this. I will not be starting right away with a playthrough. I probably won't start uploading my story stuff until a week after the game launches, because I want to give people time to start playing the game before I start putting out videos that might have, like, you know, some kind of spoilers or what have you. So I don't want to do that. And how I think I'm going to handle it is I'll probably, so let's actually go, nope, that's the side story, which I'll still be doing the side story as well. So like chapter 1, for example. I think, oh wait, no. Can I go back to... I want to try to... Okay, here we go. So, for Chapter 1, for which I can do hard mode now, I love that it has 3 difficulties. It's 3 times the currency we'll be able to get. But, like, for example, for the first one, you know, there's only 3 missions here, so I'll probably... So there's 3 missions there, there's 2 there, and then there's 2 there. So what I'd probably do is make stage 1, 2, and 3 a single video. I don't want the videos to go over 20 minutes for these, like, maybe story things. Maybe a little bit over 20 minutes, but I don't want these to be 30, 40-minute story things, because I feel like a lot of people won't want to watch stuff that long. So probably 3 parts in each thing, which would essentially make the first chapter, you know, 5 videos to just get through chapter 1. So I will definitely be starting that probably a week after the game's actual launch. So that way people have time to start playing through it, and then they can come back and see my reactions to it. Phantom Tower is also great. I really like Phantom Tower. I'm only on floor 7 because I haven't really gotten to play too much with all the bugs that have been going on. But if you are new, this is basically going to be a tower where you climb the tower all the way to stage 30 and get all the rewards. If you get all the gems for going to stage 30, you pretty much get enough for a full multi, plus all this other stuff here. Like a SSR stone for Kratos and an SR stone for... Oh, it looks like you get more than one Kratos, actually. I didn't even notice that. So, okay, so you get 2 Huberts and 2 Kratos, which is pretty cool. And you can just stockpile those for when the actual SSR Kratos comes out. And you can feed those in when you need to. But this is definitely not going to be the first month content for people to beat, because I don't think most players will be able to beat it without full level 100 teams. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. You know, obviously get as high as you can, but there's still decent rewards for doing that. And then limited quests, there's nothing in there now, so I can't really show you anything. But I assume that'll be like the events and stuff, so... if we get some kind of story events in the Crestoria world, that's where that stuff will be. And then I will do I'll do videos for the side story as well. As you can see, there's one for Crest here, which, he has 3 parts, which I've already gotten through, so maybe each part of this, maybe make into its own video. I'll have to say, it'll all depend on pacing, how long everything takes. You know, each video might not be the same length, but overall, I think that's pretty much everything I want to go over with the beta. Other than the occasional crashes, which we only had 1 in this video, so we can thank for that. But yeah, and then there's the beginner missions. I guess it will be the last thing I go over. I clicked beginner missions. Why did it take me a story? I just want to, come on. Oh, okay, it's because I clicked engage. So it looks like you get 4, it looks like there's 4 sets. Or there might actually be more, because I'm at challenge 6, so there might be more than 1 SSR ticket in here. I'm not actually sure. I wish you could look at all of them. But you can't. I'm at the point where I get an attachment ticket, so you just get, I guess, just keep going, see what you get. There's probably like 2 SSR tickets in here, for all I know. But there's going to be a lot of stuff to do day 1. We're definitely going to be kept busy. A lot of gachas sometimes don't just have like their story content. You just kind of go through that, like when Ray's first launched. But this game is going to have plentiful of game modes to kind of go through. I'll have to decide how I want to do things. You know, maybe I'll make some arena videos here and there. Definitely some tower stuff once the game is actually out, and raid stuff as well. So let me know what you guys think down below. If you got to play the beta, let me know what you think, and if you've just seen videos on it, are you excited for the game? I am very excited to get this game, start building my account, and start playing through the game. So that's gonna be it, guys. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more if you're new to the channel. I'll see you all next time. Have a wonderful day, everyone.